Charges have been filed in the shooting death of 54-year-old Chad Reed by his ex-wife's boyfriend back on November 5th. But the video has certainly raised a lot of eyebrows. And while we've decided to edit out some graphic parts of it, you may still find it disturbing. Take a look. The shooting stemmed from a child custody argument between Reed and his ex, Christina, after Reed showed up at her house to pick up their son. That's when Christina's boyfriend, Kyle Carruth, went inside their home and came back out with his gun.
Yeah, Reed, do it. Right, you gotta use it. I'll take it from you.
Now the two men continue shouting. Carruth fires a shot at the ground, and then Reed tries unsuccessfully to grab the gun. Carruth, after getting a few yards away, shoots Reed twice, leaving him unresponsive on the ground. The video goes on to show Carruth yelling at Reed's wife, Jennifer, who had filmed the encounter from her vehicle. Her lawyer released that video publicly a few days ago, saying it speaks for itself that Carruth murdered Reed. But Carruth's lawyer argues he fired in self-defense, saying the work of Lubbock police shows this to be a justified homicide, and citing the so-called Castle Doctrine, which allows the reasonable use of deadly force on intruders. We caught up with Austin criminal defense.
YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Eisner's Tactical. Man, as you've seen, it's the intro to the video. What can I say, man? You still not convinced 22LR can't get the job done? Come on, man. Let's start playing. Hope everybody's having a blessed day, man. I was at work yesterday, and then I had my granddaughter had softball practice. I mean, shout out to Xavier University in New Orleans, man. XULA, man. Make sure y'all go on Game Changer. It's a little app that you can follow softball, basketball teams, whatever. It's a little organizer app that you can see your kids play virtually. But yeah, man, my daughter will be there pretty soon, man. The senior year is going by fast. I don't know how many of you cats actually have a kid that is out of high school or, you know, a senior or whatever. But this class 2024, this year is going fast from what I'm hearing. But anyway, man, so I was at her softball practice, and I heard some guys, you know, where my granddaughter practiced. There's a lot of sports teams out there, soccer, basketball, and it's like an outdoor basketball court with lights and gym inside, and also they warm up outside and they go in and play and softball field and all that kind of stuff. But so I heard this guy they were talking about guns, you know, so it's kind of funny, you know, when you're a gun guy, when you hear gun, you're like, ooh, what they talking about? So I was just listening, and man, this dude was telling this guy, like, he was like, oh man, don't buy no 22 LR. He go, man, you got to get you a what did he say? He said, get you an AR-15. I was like, man, ain't nothing wrong with saying get you an AR-15. That wasn't what I wasn't mad about. But he kept elaborating on about how the round is like a BB gun, and there's pellet guns stronger than that, and that ain't gonna stop nobody. And as you saw from the video I just put up, free use. I don't really, by the way, YouTube free use, that was on YouTube. I didn't clip nobody stuff or whatever, no copyright. So don't strike my video for that little video. That's why I don't like doing like editorials and taking videos and stuff. You know, everybody got their own way of doing their channels, and I'm just gonna have I'm just proud to say that most of my content is 100% original. Like, I don't take clips from stuff. I don't take little snippets, and not saying that that's bad, because everybody who does that, their channels are huge. So clearly, that's not my goal on my channel. You know, it's to get big, yeah, but I want to do it my own way and do it, you know, naturally organic, real raw content, bad editing, no fancy bells and whistles. So anyway, yeah, so you saw the video, the 22LR can't get the job done, and he was telling this guy about how, you know, that ain't gonna help you and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to reiterate that the 22LR cartridge is a high velocity cartridge. Now, you saw my man in the video. That was a year ago or so. Y'all remember that case? And that was a domestic violence, a domestic dispute. The dude in the house is the new boyfriend of the woman that he was there to see his ex-girlfriend. They have a child together. And it sounds like he was the girlfriend, to me personally, from the backdrop, now all this information coming out, she kind of instigated this, because she was playing the ex-boyfriend dad, the dad of her child, saying that, oh yeah, he's over here and this, that, and the other. She's at school, and so he goes by the school, she's not there, and so he's just trying to wonder, where's my kid at, man? Like, you at home with your boyfriend, but where's my daughter at? She's not at the school. So that's how it kind of escalated. Now, there's a lot of lessons to be learned on that. You know, shout out to Correa over there on active self-protection, man. Yeah, lessons to be learned here, man. Man, if you got a child and you're not with the child's mom, and you don't like the dude, or you don't like your ex or whatever, that case right there should have never happened, because homie should have never went up to that man's porch and started getting all up in his face. And if you watch the video, he actually kind of dismissed the 22 LR cartridge, because he kind of dude gave him a warning shot at his feet. Tap, 22 don't have a loud bang, and it don't got no recoil, so it's like, and you can see dude go to grab his rifle out of his hand, and then dude just jumped back into a defensive stance, boom, and just popped him. So yeah, man, like, he now, I guarantee if he had an AR-15 in his hand, or if he had a handgun like a 45 or a 9mm handgun, whatever, I don't think he would have approached him like that. I think the mere fact that he disrespected the 22 LR cartridge, which is a high velocity cartridge, which one bullet placed correctly can take your life, and I think he underestimated that. And unfortunately, rest in peace to that man. He's gone now, but I'm going to keep it real. That could have been completely avoided. If he was really that concerned about his child, he should have called CPS or DHS, or whatever Texas calls it in California, is Child Protective Services. He should have called them and called the police, and waited for the police or Child Protective Service to give him some information on how to approach that situation. But I can guarantee you that the Texas Police Department, CPS, would have told him not to go to the house. And that was where he made his fatal mistake, is approaching that man's house, because in Texas, they got stand your ground, and that is his property. Although he was there concerned about his child well-being, but he didn't go about it the appropriate way. And I think that's a really big lesson to be learned, seeing how we live in one of the highest divorce rates in the world. And there's going to be situations where people are going to be separated from their children, and you're going to get a lot of stuff. So that was just a bad case, man. So let's just understand, man. And I mean, he had a basic 22 LR YouTube. These weapons are clear. There's nothing in this magazine. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P 22 LR. This is my first 22 LR. And I think the 22 LR is something that everybody should have one of these, if not a couple of them. And clearly it can protect your life. And people need to really stop saying that, oh, they're jam machines. Man, I'm just going to be honest with you. The same way the 9mm cartridge has came a long way, the 22 LR cartridge has come a long way too. There's some really good ammo out there. You just got to spend a little bit more. I think most people are still used to getting 500 rounds for $10, the cheap lead shot. And yeah, that's kind of a jam machine, because 22 LR rifles and pistols are a little finicky. You got to keep them clean, and they don't like all ammo. So you have to probably spend $20-$30 on different ammos to find out which one that works. Keep your weapon clean, and you shouldn't have any jams. Like I said, I don't have no jams with mine, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you did, you just go ahead and pull the charging handle back and clear the jam, and there's the practice again. There comes your training again. So you have to, train with your weapon and be able to efficiently clear that jam. And like I said, that dude took that guy down with a 22 LR, man. So I think that's a lesson to be learned. These weapons are multi-use. My son said in Canada, everybody in Alaska, everybody has a gang of 22 LRs. He said they have this one for sure, the M&P, and they have Buckmark 22 pistols, Ruger pistols, and they're all stainless steel because of the weather conditions. He said, but almost everybody carries a 22 pistol and a 22 long rifle with them, along with their other big bear defense and wild game animal defense weapons. Because when they're cruising around through the country, they see some grouse, or they see a small game, a rabbit or something. They don't go to Vaughn's. Everybody don't go to the grocery store, and so they can just pull out their 22 LRs, and then they can pop that small game and not tear up all the meat, and take it back home and have dinner for the night. So let's just stop underestimating the versatility of the 22 LR, the lethality of the 22 LR. It is a high velocity caliber rifle. Cartridge, if it wasn't, why would it have to be regulated by ATF and DOJ and all that? It would just be like a BB gun or a pellet gun or a varmint pistol, or a flare gun or something like that, or mace. But it's not. It's a high velocity cartridge, and it can take your life. And definitely well placed shots. And one thing about 22 LR, you can get multiple shots down range, bang, 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 bang. Recoil. So you should get accurate, very accurate. That's why 22 LRs are very accurate, because they have zero recoil, no felt recoil. So nothing to kick back in your face and nothing to give you all that jolt. So like I said, this is one of them. And the only drawback is that you have to buy a lot of mags with 22 LR. Like this is a 10 round compliant magazine right here. And in California or a restricted state, you'd have to have a lot of these. Whereas if you was and I was going to say another thing is, when you're hunting with these 22 LR rifles, this is tactical. You see what I'm saying? But I don't think this is really practical if you're hunting small game. You wouldn't need this big banana stick, whatever thing. These shorties are the ones you want to go when you're doing bird, small game. And the reason why you want these is because it shortens that profile up when you're going through bushes and, out there hunting, climbing around, whatever. That's a big difference from having this up in there. You can just see that's a huge difference. So the shorties is the way to go for hunting small game. Just have a bunch of these stacked up on you, 10 rounders. And, when you're hunting, you don't need more than 10 rounds at one given time. If you do, just have extra backup mags and whatnot. So like I said, this is one of my go-to 22 LRs. I really enjoy this one. It definitely serves its purpose, very economically priced. I mean, I think this thing right here in a free state, I think you can get these for 400 probably. California, probably about 450, a little bit more, maybe $50 more, but still very affordable. Great training weapon. Teach your kids. Even when you don't want to shoot 5.56, you got this in a 5.56 AR-15 platform, so all the controls are the same. Ambidextrous safety selector, all that stuff, everything's the same. So you're training with an AR-15, but only in a 22 LR cartridge, which is much cheaper than 5.56. So that's what's great about these tactical AR-15 22 LRs. And then I got the GSG, another viable option for 22 LR, another super accurate 22 LR. Don't even need really to put a optic on here. I took it off because I actually shoot better because it has that low bore axis. So I actually shoot better with it, without no optic. Now, this one is by GSG, German sports gun, made in Germany. This one rolled off the assembly line, I don't know, a few years back. This is a great one right here. Super light, very tactical. Got the fake MPX brace on there, kind of like. This one comes with this one. They have these rounds available for you. These are 22 rounds, and then they have the restricted state compliant 10 rounders. So you can, like I said, if you're hunting, this long stick out here wouldn't help you so much, and you can just put that in there. And this is just a holder, just to like hold your extra mag. So you wouldn't probably have that hunting either. So this is probably how you would have it in your hunting configuration. And then when you in your tactical situation, home defense, something like that, maybe you do want to have an extra one right there. And you got this. And this is, like I said, very low recoil, no recoil hardly at all, super accurate. I mean, you got the MP5. That's what it basically is, an MP5 clone. So, HK clone, you got the slap right there. So it's a very fun plinker. Like I said, I got a little small light, just something to have. I'm not putting anything on this thing. It's going to stay pretty much like this. Super fun firearm. My kids love it. My wife really loves it. She shoots this thing very well. Almost everybody shoots this well, because when we go to the range, sometimes everybody fights over shooting this one and that one too, but they like this one too. So, but man, it's a lesson to be learned, man. Like, I don't know what 22 LR he had, but that thing looked nice. Like I said, I wish that guy didn't lose his life, but we just got to pay attention to our emotions. And that's the problem, man. People get caught up in their emotions and they act irrational, and they make decisions they can't bring back. And then they lose their whole life and their freedom over something that could have been completely, now what's sad about it is that little girl grows up without her dad. And then the whole world's going to tell her that, oh, your mom instigated because she was lying, saying where your whereabouts was, and your dad came over to find out where you were. And so it's going to get ugly, and that whole story has to be told. A lot of people ain't really paying attention to this. I just heard a story where I don't know if y'all know Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley Cyrus. I don't really follow this stuff, but my daughter was telling about it that, no, excuse me, Drew Barrymore, I guess her daughter, uh, was dressing scantily, and then her mom, Drew Barrymore, said like, "No, you can't wear that." And she said, "Well, you posed nude for Playboy." And she was 19 when she did that. I'm sure Drew Barrymore is probably about my age now, 50 something. But my point is, man, you got to be careful what you're doing as an adult around your kids and things of that nature. Because even if you check out, you crash out, you go to prison, drug out, your kids are going to hear the story moving forward because of the internet and everything. I'm a kid, graduated high school in 87, born in 68. A lot of the shit that went down in my area, it's not even recorded. Nobody can prove it. It's just hearsay. You see what I'm saying? So that's what y'all up against, this new generation. But again, that gentleman could be alive right now, man. Let's really go back to that. He was worried about his kid. He had a bad relationship with her. He didn't want the kid really around the dude, but he has no control over that because that's her child. Remember, the state says the child belongs to the woman. So at that point, he has to follow the law. Now, if he was very, very, very concerned about his kid's well-being, again, call CPS, call the state, your local PD, let them know, put the complaint in, file in, whatever, and let them handle it. Okay, don't go over there trying to be a Billy badass, and certainly don't run up on somebody who has a fucking rifle in their hand. I don't give a shit if it's 22 LR or 5.56 or whatever, or ARP 9mm pistol caliber carbine. You see one of these in somebody's hand, you got to assume it's lethal, and you got to assume that it can take your life. And just to run up to somebody and grab their barrel like that, man, I think I would have probably did the same thing too. Because how did he know he wasn't going to take his weapon and turn it on him? He gave him a warning shot. Pop, get back. That ain't enough. So it's sad, man. That dude should be alive, and I don't think that dude should get prosecuted personally. I really don't. That's his property. He can defend his property. So lesson learned. Now, another 22 I just want to point out is when we get into the handgun 22s. This is my handgun 22. This is a clear weapon for YouTube. This is a GSG 1911. I was skeptical when I bought this. I didn't know would I like it. All these thumb safeties. I'm a Glock guy, but I shot a real 1911 in 45 ACP. And I thought, man, and I still believe to this day. I don't own a real 1911. This is just the only one I own, but I still believe to this day, after shooting my neighbor, his 45 1911 sweet, I think it's the best shooting pistol that I've ever shot. I ain't gonna say in the world, because somebody gonna say, oh, Staccato, oh, HKVP9, oh, ooh, Dan Wesson, Sig Legion, ooh, Walther PDP, whatever. So I ain't gonna say the best in the world, the best shooting pistol in the world, but I will say, for me, yeah, I never hit my target so accurately almost every shot where I put it, and I was 45 ACP. Now, I didn't shoot out further than 15 feet, but I was hitting everything. I was very impressed. And then when I got home, I said, damn, I looked at the price of 1911s. I said, well, I won't be buying one anytime soon, because it's like every time, I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but anything I like, it's the most expensive. I don't know why that works that way. How come I can't just have like little stuff, like stuff that don't cost that much? But the 1911s that I saw, they were all bank, man, like 1,500, 1,200, 900. Now that I know more about 1911s, like you can get something a little better. Rock got one. Rock Island, was that Rock Island? Rock Armory and Springfield makes one, and there's a T-size makes some now. So there's a lot of people coming into the 1911 platform making some good ones. But if I bought a 1911, first of all, it's going to be 45 ACP, and it's going to be a nice high-end one. No time soon, though. But yeah, so the GSG, very viable option for a 22 LR pistol. Very accurate. They do come with metal mags, 10-round metal mags, but these are plus 4 followers, so you get 14 in this one. And that's another thing I like, is that metal mag. That's pretty sweet. Flush fitting. It's a great little plinker too for your hunting and whatever. Keep that on your waistband, your bag. See a little animal come out, boom, go ahead, load up, and get your little bird, squirrel, whatever you got. They do have the GSG Firefly. I just wanted to tell you that don't buy if you buy this GSG 1911, don't buy the GSG Firefly mags. Buy the GSG mags. I've heard that those don't run that well, so you want to get the ones that the manufacturer suggests. And I think it's distributed by American Tactical. Yeah, AT, GSG Sport Guns. And GSG makes some good stuff, man. Like I said, that's by GSG, and this is by GSG. So I thought that was a kind of cool pair them up together. They're pretty good, very affordable. I think I paid $360 for this, $350, somewhere right around there after taxes and all that. So very affordable. I was thinking about spray painting that one, like some kind of sandy desert color, but I don't know. We'll do that maybe in the summer. But yeah, I think everybody should have, at least one 22 LR pistol and one 22 LR rifle, and if not, multiple. So that way you can train your kids, or if you're ever in a situation you want somebody to help you and they're not really good at guns, you can give them a 22 and they can still defend themselves. But yeah, and like I said, I run CCI Mini Mag, the Varmint, and the Target. The hollow points mainly is what I run. Try to stay right around that, what is it, 38 grain, somewhere right around there. But yeah, CCI is what I go to mainly. Winchester, Super X. Just test your ammo and you should be fine. Don't let nobody talk you out of 22 LR. And definitely, if somebody's holding a 22 LR in their hand, I wouldn't suggest you running up on them and trying to take it out their hand and thinking it's a BB gun and you're going to live if they shoot you, because that's not going to happen. But man, I hope this is an informative video for everyone. From the 22 LR, multiple applications you can use it for, from hunting, home hunting, home defense, EDC, training purposes, training for your children, introductory to firearms. But at the end of the day, just remember, 22 LR is a high velocity cartridge and it can take your life. And if someone's holding one of these in their hand, they say, get back, and you sitting there snirking, going like, oh, what you gonna do with that? Well, they're gonna probably send you to Funky Town. Shout out to T Electric. They're probably gonna send you to Funky Town, because you're not gonna probably make it if someone pops a couple of these in your chest. I'm just gonna keep it real. So don't challenge that 22 LR test. Just go ahead and rest to believe that these 22 LRs are lethal and they can take your life, man. It's your boy Eisen, there's Tactical, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Stand by for the announcement for the Core Essential belt giveaway. Didn't get a lot of people that try to do it. I don't know why, but it may be because some people don't EDC, or maybe my channel just didn't reach out to people. Maybe I didn't advertise it correctly, but I had it on the community tab for a couple of days, and I ran a video and I mentioned it on another video, and it wasn't hard to really enter. It was just basically follow my Instagram page and then go on my YouTube page and like the Core Belt, go to the Core Belt videos and just drop giveaway. And I only had like 3 or 4 people, but I'm going to give it to the people that, like I said, it was a viewer appreciation. I'm not going to just give it to somebody who just clicked on once for the giveaway. But with that being said, it's going to go to someone that actually been supporting my channel. And I think that's the way it goes. And oh, well, I like I said, most people didn't do it that I thought would, but maybe because they don't really EDC that way and they already got a regular belt and a regular setup. So I'm going to take it personal. But yeah, man, it's your boy Eisen, there's Tactical. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you